Hello, welcome back to Lena My Name, Luna the Moon, Luna's Tarot channel. And this time we are reading for Jasmine. Jazz, right? Yeah, Jazz. And I just like to say that if I sound really tired after that, like during the reading, I'm sorry because it has been a long day, but yeah. Anyways, so we are reading to see when she will get a boyfriend. And once again, I will disclaim that I'm not a professional reader. I do this as a hobby. And so, please just be nice and just take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm not that familiar with, like, time reading, like specific time. I usually talk about situations, but I can try my best to give you a time frame, and you can just like keep that in mind as an idea, but like I'm not so confident in that, but I will still do it for like just an idea, as I said. But anyways, I would just say that to me, tarot card, spiritual things aside, it is an opportunity, it is an opportunity for you to connect to your subconscious and your inner self. So please, when you are listening to the reading, just allow any feelings and or thoughts arise, embrace them and acknowledge them, because those are important things that is triggered during these readings, so they are relevant, so don't think that they're not, and you need to learn from them, and like things like that. Just like connect to yourself, and I'm sure you yourself know the best about that. Anyways, enough bullshit. I do personal readings every Monday to Saturday, and pick a card readings on every Sunday. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe to just get notified. And also, if you're interested in personal reading, and if you are not this person, like this card that I'm reading for right now, please reach out to me with the contact information listed in the description box below. And that's about it. Let's get straight into the reading. So your tarot card is Temperance. It's the Temperance card. Okay, so the Temperance card is a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana card usually talks about important life events, life lessons, and things like that. So, because usually when I'm predicting timing, I use like the fire signs, numbers, and things like that. So, due to the fact that there's no suits, there's no suits in this card, so I can't really predict it. So I think but I can still talk about the situation. So basically, let's read this card in terms of the visual element first. So this person is feeling very at peace, and they are just it looks as if they're holding that string ribbon looking thing, right? And it even looks like she's sitting on a swing that is solely made out of these strings. So she's balancing herself through this really thin thing. So because it's also called Temperance, so it makes me think of when you just fully acknowledge, embrace, and balance your emotions, and you are full of self-love and just satisfied with yourself and your life. That is when you are truly ready to get your boyfriend. At least that's what I'm seeing from just this girl there. And also, her eyes are closed, and like somehow the thought that it gave me is like when you're no longer just what's that, like, how do you say it, like seduced by desires, like this, like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, like all these very different options. But when you're just closing your eyes and focusing on yourself and solely yourself, like that's what I'm feeling. And that's basically about it. Like, you're like, this card is so like cotton candy and dreamy, and like there's this sun right on top of her, and like everything is super centered. So like I feel like it's just, yeah, that's giving me more of a feeling about like just being about yourself, because that just somehow like think of like body center, just like everything is like, okay, think of self-centered but in a good way, you know. like it's just like you're not really minding anyone else's business anymore. You're not thinking of what like Aunt Helen is saying, you know. You're not thinking about this one really nice dress that you constantly want. Like, you're no longer thinking about all these external factors, but more about your inner self. And at that point, everything is so like just peaceful and dreamy within you, and it would just be sweet like cotton candy, because everything's great. And then like whenever I see this like sun looking thing, and that's like a whole, like, that's very halo-y, I just feel like there's a guardian looking over you. So please don't be worried about like, oh no, things are not going my way and things like that, because there's someone looking after you, and when that happens, they know the best for you, you know. So please don't worry that much about that. And that's about it from the visual element. Let's get into the divinatory meaning of this card. So this card is the Temperance card. Let's take a look at Temperance. Where is Temperance? Temperance is here. After his intense death experience, the fool feels like the world is a new place and he is a new creature. A seemingly unsolvable dichotomies? I have no idea what that means. Between himself and the world suddenly seem easy to navigate and effortless. Synthesizing what the society wants and what he believes is no longer a chore, but a magical act that he loves performing. He can no longer. Sorry, I'm just really tired. My brain is not functioning. He can hold two opposing views in his mind without going crazy. This is amazing. His inner voice is so clear and strong that he moves with confidence, never questioning his choices. It's like he can do anything, and whatever he does is touched with magic, grace, and perfection. Life after death does seem like heaven to him. That's just like some background, so even if that doesn't make sense for you, that's okay. The divinatory meaning is there. It's here. It's here. Easy grace in the face of intense pressure or difficult circumstances make this situation more extraordinary. Choices, action, thoughts, words all seemed touched with alchemy, with everything containing the perfect amount of truth, compassion, and strength. It is not an easy case of simply mixing equal parts, but finding just the right ratio. The advice is to combine the best part of your reasons with your intuition, and you will discover a magical exude of perfect grace and ease no matter how crazy or messed up the situation is. Trust your inner voice completely. Yeah, to sum up, basically, like, do some inner work, and that's when you'll be ready for a boyfriend. Because at that point, you just, well, like, cause, okay, how can I say this? Like, basically, when someone is full with self-love and inner work, and, like, they are just, like, fulfilled with themselves, it feels like they glow, and they're just, like, genuinely happy, or like, fine with anything. And that's what I feel like attract people, because they are just not always just sad, because yeah, like, people, of course people want to be with people that's like optimistic and happy and things like that, right? Or just like happy with themselves, because it can possibly positively influence them too, right? Things like that, you know. It's just like when you are fulfilled with yourself, it attracts people, like, no matter what type of relationships, like friends, and things like that. You even get better skin because you're happy, you know. Hormones. Anyways, let's get into the moon reading, the moon oracle reading thing. Basically what the moon is telling you. So the moon is saying communication is key. So if you relate that to like making friends or boyfriend, things like that. First of course, like, maintaining a relationship, communication is key. But of course, like, if you don't really take a step out to really meet people, it's really hard to find someone that's genuine for you, right? And like compatible for you. So communication is key. Meet more people, talk to them, talk about anything that you're interested in about, and like that way it's a lot easier to know who you're interested in, who you're compatible with, and who's right for you, because you get to meet more people, things like that. Okay, let's get into that definition. Sorry, brain not working. A successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you're asking about. If you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it. Journal about it to yourself. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you grow. If the issue you're asking about concern a sibling or neighbor, there's a new start coming, a time to wipe the slate clean and start over. This card could also suggest you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasized the need to communicate. The attuned to the moon is to write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them. Additional meaning for this card is that it's time to tell someone how you feel. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone is flirting with you, and read more books. The teaching is that Gemini is the sign of communicating and socializing, of ideas and travel, and the energy around it and around this card, no matter when you pull it, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. The new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize. Gemini loves a chat. One thing to be aware of is that this card can also indicate being mentally scattered. Daily meditation will help to unscramble cross wires in your brain. Yeah, that's about it for your reading. Honestly, I don't really have anything to add. I hope that makes sense and that it resonates and you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to do that, and maybe share my channel with your friends if you'd like to do that. Once again, I do offer personal readings every Monday to Saturday and pick a card readings every Sunday. So So please keep a lookout for that if you're interested, and please communicate to me about whatever you think of this video, because I appreciate any kind of feedback. And that's about it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and bye-bye.